Seriously.
Bullshit.
No, for real, man. True story.
Get the fuck out of here.
Scouts honor.
Were you even in the fucking Scouts?
No, but what difference does it make? Scouts honor. I'm telling you, it's a true story.
Well, you can't fucking say Scouts honor if you wasn't never in the fucking Scouts.
It's a true story. So what difference does it make?
Well, it's unbelievable if you sit there and you say fucking Scouts
It
honor.
doesn't make a difference if you believe it or not. Welcome to In the Clinch with Chuck and D. I'm Chuck.
And I'm D.
This is where we're going to break down UFC 125, Edgar versus Maynard. That's not a bad fight card. I mean, upon further review, it's decent, I guess. I mean,
I'll put my opinion on that after the fight card.
All right. After the fight?
After the fight.
All right, we'll see.
Because I'm going to say this. There's been plenty of times I'm like, oh, dude, these are going to be some good fights. And it's like motherfuckers who wrestle all 3 rounds. And then they get up and they're like, yeah! Yeah! Like, really?
Why do you always have to violate the line?
I'll punch the shit out you right now.
Punch me. Go ahead. I'll call the cops.
I know.
All right, first fight we're going to look at is Clay
Touch
Guida.
me and I'll sue.
I have a lawyer, do you?
Let's go, man. Stupid.
Clay Guida versus Takanori Gomi.
It should be a good fight.
Should be. I mean, any fight with Clay Guida is a good fight.
It is. It's very true.
He's a solid fighter, man.
And what's interesting about
Not very
Gomi,
skilled.
I mean, no, he has skills. He's a good wrestler.
Energy.
Really good ground and pound. Stamina for days. I've never seen a fight where this dude was gassed. Ever. Ever. And I'm going to tell you something. The lightweight division in the UFC
is the best in the world.
It's the best, and it's the most. It's stacked.
Don't sleep on the 155.
I mean, you can't.
Especially now that the WEC is merging.
You can't do a top 10 in the in the lightweight at the UFC.
Clay Guida top 10.
I think he should
Even
be.
with the WEC coming in?
I think he should be a top 10 contender. Yes.
I want to see you ride a favorite fight.
But the thing is he would have to move back up because he dropped down,
Right.
and so he would move back up.
Right.
And
Well, who you going with?
I'm going with Guida. I like Clay. Gomi, on the other hand, I mean, dude has knockout power. And you don't see that a lot coming from like these Japanese fighters too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just like these
All right.
ground, and then when they get to the UFC, like the UFC fighters wipe the floor with these guys. And then
Name one good Japanese fighter in the UFC.
Takanori Gomi.
Isn't he 0-1 in the UFC?
Well, yeah, no, I think he's 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. I think he's 1-1.
I'm going Clay Guida on this one as well. You just can't beat that energy.
No, you can't.
Next fight. Speaking of Japanese wall, I think he's Korean, but Nate Mean Mug Diaz versus Dong Young Kim.
This would be another interesting fight. Dong Young Kim is still undefeated, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 13-0-1.
What I like about Dong Young Kim is he can knock you out. And why I'm going with Dong Young Kim is because I hate Nate Diaz. I'm gonna say this. I don't hate Nate Diaz, and then I do. The dude's a skilled fighter. There's no denying that. But the thing is, he's just. I'm gonna tell you something about kids like who's assholes. Like he's the guy that is just like you be arguing with his buddy, and he come up and punch you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That he's like.
Oh, I thought you guys were fighting. Oh, you guys were just talking. Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way.
Well, I just don't like guys that. I mean, seriously, really.
Which is
you don't
funny.
have to mug the McDonald's. I bet you he orders McDonald's like this. Give me the egg McMuffin. hash browns
And the hash brown. How you do the hash browns?
and orange juice. Like, you could mean mug in the ring, but man, you don't have to mean mug all the time.
Dude,
man.
and I'm gonna
I
tell
just
you,
feel like that's
Nick Diaz is I'm growing to like Nick. But this cat, I mean, his brother is an asshole, but he makes his brother look like child's play.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
At least you've heard Nick be humble.
What the fuck? Nick is a champ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? he has a belt. What,
Well,
I mean,
Nate won Ultimate Fighter.
again. So did
I got a glass plaque.
so did Efren Escondero. What did that get him?
Fired.
All right.
So pick a fighter.
I'm going with Dong Young Kim.
I'm gonna take Dong Young Kim too, but I say it with the disclaimer, just like I always do with Nate Diaz. Man, you just
The kid he can submit you
kid
from
can
anywhere.
scrap, and he can submit you. And Dong Young Kim is known for takedowns, and takedowns against a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt is really kind of dangerous. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But Dong Young Kim, maybe you can humble this man.
Yeah,
Next
we'll
fight we're
see.
going to look at is a man we ain't seen since John Bones Jones made him quit with an elbow to the
Well,
eye socket.
If you got your orbital bone broken, you wouldn't come back that soon either. So
I don't even want to call it orbital bone. Elbow to eye socket.
yeah.
Brandon the Truth Vera versus Thiago, another mean mugger, Silva.
Well, Silva's not a bad mean mugger though. You know what I'm saying? He just never shows like any compassion towards anything. Like even when he wins, he's just
His last
Yeah.
fight, he had a smile on his face. So
because he was knocked out.
Leo the cheetah hit him.
Hey.
He looked like the Joker.
Yeah, he did.
Man, this is a really tough fight.
It is a tough fight. I'm going Brandon Vera though.
Brandon Vera, man, there's so many letdowns with Brandon Vera.
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, he's a striker. Both of these guys are a striker, but I just think that
I think
Brandon Vera's his Muay Thai is
Second
far
to none.
yes,
Yeah.
it's far superior than anything
And, I mean, if
that,
the UFC was built on Muay Thai and that's all they did is Muay Thai, Brandon Vera would be a champ already. But
yeah.
I
I mean,
you
you,
know-
got to understand. I'm gonna tell you something. He's going to attack and attack and attack again the legs of Thiago Silva,
yeah.
which I would. I mean, dude.
If it goes to the ground, though, I mean, Silva's he's a Brazilian, jiu-jitsu based.
That's true.
So
that is true.
and I think he's a heavier 205. I think he's a stronger 205 than
Yes,
Vera.
I agree with that. I agree with
Vera's
that.
like-
He has knockout power.
Vera's like 185. That's just too damn big. He's fighting at heavyweight. He's fighting at
Well,
light heavyweight.
yeah.
If he could get down to 185, the Vera would be a monster. But I mean, that's wishful thinking. I'm going Thiago Silva.
I'm going Brandon Vera.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Next fight, Chris, the grappler, the crippler. The grappler, the crippler.
The crippler.
How about the,
The
driving
grappler.
under the influence, leaving,
Hey,
and Brian All-American Stan
Chris Lieben looks like he belongs in Metallica. Seriously, like that guy.
playing bass.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be a good fight. This is gonna be a good fight.
I'll take your word for it because I don't know who Brian Stan is.
Brian stands. Really?
I don't know who
I
he
will
is.
poke you. First of all, Brian,
You need to follow that with
the
no
All-American.
You're gonna poke me where?
In the face.
Oh, okay.
What did I
I'm
say?
gonna poke you.
In the face.
You didn't say in the face.
Shut up, gay boy.
Whatever. You wish.
The All-American, first of all, Marine, former Marine,
Oh,
Semper Fi. So, Semper Fi. The guy started off in the light heavyweight division in the WEC and then went into the UFC. I mean, his career in the UFC hasn't done as well, but I just think that
It's pretty one-dimensional too.
well, I mean, yeah, he is. He's a striker. I mean, what do you? The guy. I mean, he knocks people out, man. I mean,
Can he knock out?
the
man formerly known to have a chin of granite.
How many people have knocked out Chris Lieben?
One.
Who was it?
Anderson. Spider Silva.
And that was with a what?
A jab.
No, it was with
No.
a kick.
But he didn't knock him
I
out.
thought he kicked him.
No.
No, you're right. He did jab him.
Jab.
He did jab him. He did take him out. He went night.
I think
That
that's
was-
the first time I ever seen a man get knocked out with a jab.
That was a night moment. So, I'm gonna say this: Chris Lieben is the dude fought what 2 weeks in one
Two fights in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. The kid is crazy on meth or some shit. I don't know what it is that he's on, but
Did you say math or meth?
batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. But I'm going with my man Brian Stans. I can't. My Marine brother. I'm not gonna let him down like that, and I'm hoping he won't let me down. It's an emotional pick.
It's an emotional.
It's an emotional pick.
Simplified.
Simplified.
Your jack wagon. I'm going with Chris Lieben just because I don't really have a lot of experience with Brian Stan. I mean, you're the WEC guy between the two.
You know what makes me sad? Listen to you freaking.
And that's why the color yellow makes me sad.
Come on, Brian Stans, pull it off with me, buddy.
And in the main event, the headliner, Frankie Edgar versus Gray Maynard. The funny thing about this is Gray Maynard is undefeated.
Undefeated.
And
wait, what's funny is, what's even funnier or more ironic is that he's undefeated, but Frankie is 13-1. Who did his only loss come to?
Gray Maynard.
Come by. Yeah, it's Gray Maynard. So I just think the irony of that is,
number one, I'm going to tell you this. Gray Maynard is not intimidated, nor is he worried about Frankie Edgar's resurgence in the stand-up game.
No.
And the shit that worked with BJ Penn is a very methodical fighter. Unless he's fighting Matt Hughes, then he's like a fucking rampaging Wolverine. But Gray Maynard had no trouble with Frankie Edgar. And I'm going Gray Maynard. I just think Gray Maynard is not going to be troubled by.
I just think that and you have to understand, BJ, like you said, BJ, everybody knows that there's like the two faces of BJ Penn.
Right.
And I just think BJ was like looking at him like, man, this little kid is not going to take my belt. And he took the belt, you know.
It's kind of sad. Yeah, I'm sure you're saying little kid because he looks like a small child.
Dude, it looks like you'd be like, hey, are you here to get the monthly payment for my newspaper? Hold on one second, I'll go get my wallet. He looks like that guy.
Frankie Edgar gonna show up here and slam your ass on the ground is what Frankie Edgar's gonna do.
Hey, well, he need to.
Anyway, so where you heading in this one?
I'm Greg the Bully Maynard.
Greg the Bully Maynard gonna be the new 155-pound champ. Don't let us down, Greg.
Greg, what was interested in is I want him to win. So then when they unify the belts,
Pettis and Maynard.
Man, that'd be awesome.
It would be an awesome fight. Anyways, well, that's all we got. Until the 2010 recap, I'm Chuck.
And I'm D.
And you were in the clinch.